Today on CityCast Portland, we're talking about the latest in the ongoing Moda Center negotiations and why Preschool for All might need fewer seats in the coming years. Plus, we're diving into our mailbag and hearing from you, our listeners. I'm your host, Claudia Meza. With me are Willamette Week reporter and author Brianna Wheeler and our very own executive producer, John Notarianni. How's it going, you guys?
Hey, good morning, Claudia.
Good morning.
Hello. I usually kick things off with an opening question, but on Thursdays, that part of the show is just for our CityCast Portland neighbors. Those are our paying members who help keep the show going, and I actually met a few last night at the Pickles game. And if you want access to a full weeks of our opening questions, along with ad-free listening, free merch, invites to member-only events, and more, head over to membership.citycast.fm for all the details. That's membership.citycast.fm. We still try to make Thursday shows special for everyone, though, because we love all of our listeners. All right, John, you have more on the Moda Center negotiations, and I can't wait to hear why the mayor is all of a sudden agreeing with our city council.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot going on here. In case you've been under a rock, the long and short of it is the city is struggling to put together a deal to fund a major renovation of the Moda Center, using hundreds in millions in taxpayer dollars from the city and county and state. And a lot of the public and local officials are really worried that we're going to get a raw deal here. It's really heated up in the last week, though. A ton of reporting on it from Shane Dixon-Kavanaugh and Bill Oram at the Oregonian, Courtney Vaughn at the Mercury, and Jason Quick at the Athletic, among many other reporters sort of digging into all the bluster and fighting going on right now, I think is the best way to characterize it. Last week, the city sent the Blazers a draft of a term sheet for like what this renovation would look like. In it, they said the city would commit up to $120 million for the renovation. In return, they want to require that the team plays every home game at the Moda Center for the next 20 years, requiring the Blazers to pay about $3 million annually to offset property taxes. That money would be split between the city, the county, and the public schools in Portland, and also provide community benefits to organizations and groups in the Albina neighborhood. Awesome. And a requirement for, quote, labor peace, basically a contract that would say that they wouldn't stand in the way if workers tried to unionize. Now, notice I said the city sent this term sheet. Originally, on Thursday when it came out, the reporting said the city council sent it. Well, as soon as this thing came out, city council went, whoa, we did not approve this. Excuse me. We were briefed on it, but we didn't realize that this deal was like going out the door immediately after this meeting. Ooh. Yeah, so they were pissed. Mitch Green was on Blue Sky. He said, quote, I was expecting to see a draft that reflected the reactions from a meeting at our next executive session, but instead learned that the term sheet was going out that same day at lunch. And some council members are already poking holes in the proposal. Councilor Steve Nowick thinks that $3 million a year is not a fair deal. So
it's not enough. No,
it's not enough.
Not nearly.
It's really not. $3 million. What is that now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to get into like how the Blazers responded to this, but like,
okay.
I don't know. Like, what do you guys think of the terms of that deal? It sounds like the $3 million. Y'all are like, but like,
yeah. A clench. No. Want to fight. No. Bad deal. Bad deal.
I am concerned as to how that went out without the counselors knowing. You know, that feels like bad management city hall wise.
Completely.
Either one, they were trying to pull one over on the counselors. You know what I mean? Like they were just like, this is going to take too long, which already, that's not how you work with coworkers. That's shitty. Yeah. Especially when, because, you know, what I heard before was like, even the mayor was like, hey, this is a bad deal. And before the mayor was like, what would you like? You know, we'll do whatever. And then eventually he started like going, you know what, you're right. So it's kind of a bummer to hear that they were on the same page for like a second and now this happened and now they're upset at each other again. And it's like, this is what takes longer is when there's infighting within the team. You know, we're supposed to be a team. City Hall, you know, counselors and the mayor together. Like, what is going on?
Together as one.
Did Dunphy know about this? He's a president.
Dunphy, the president, did know about it. He was sort of standing up, aligned with the mayor, saying, no, this reflects the agreement that we want to have in place. So Dunphy is standing behind this deal, even if some of the other counselors are less pleased with it.
What's the miscommunication among the counselors that they had no idea? Like, you would think that would be like the first thing. By the way, once we're done, this is going over there.
Yeah.
Were they out? Like, how does... I'm just still confused over, like, the most minute little detail, but I'm just like, but this is so crazy, because, like, this makes me concerned for them. How do you guys not know what's happening, you know? Where is it getting lost?
And it is worth saying that, like, with this draft, it's important to have the city council on hand because they are going to be setting the final terms of this deal that will then be officially presented to the Blazers next month. So, yeah, city council is pissed, but, like, how do the Blazers feel about this deal? How did the Blazers receive this draft term sheet? They hated it. An anonymous source from the Trailblazers told The Athletic, quote, the term sheet is a non-starter. I don't know why they sent it to us because they know very little of this stuff we would agree to. They are just playing politics at this point. So they're like, nah. Then this anonymous source from the Blazers doubled down in a statement to Bill Oram at the Oregonian saying, quote, they're making it complicated. And if they want to say no, if they don't want us, then that's fine.
What the hell?
Oh my gosh.
That's so silly.
Yeah.
This is so silly.
Again, this is an anonymous source from within the Blazer camp. The Blazers are officially meeting next Monday to make their proper response. But this is sort of the chest thumping that is coming out of the receipt of this draft of a proposal that isn't even the final proposal.
I'm annoyed at this whole freaking deal right now. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed with, like, our side because, like, guys listening, our side is the city side. Like, we want things for. We can't just, like, give them a Moda Center renovation and then just be like, thank you. Like, you know, something needs to happen. We need to be making money off. If we're the landlord, like, they need to be renting. They need to be, something needs to be happening, right? And like that renovation needs to be somehow paid back to us somehow. They're going to be using it the most. Like, come on. And the Blazers, you're not even good. What are we talking here? you're seriously the bottom of the league. Like, guys, come on already. Come on.
Well, the new owners are sort of, shaking on that exact point, saying that the Blazers had some of the lowest, if not the lowest, like, sponsorship revenue in the entire league. Sort of not coming out and saying it, but hinting at the idea that they're increasingly interested in moving the Blazers out of Portland or completely ripping up this deal and pushing for an even more expensive one. There was another quote that came out that said, basically, this delay made us realize that the deal that was on the table isn't good enough.
Oh my God.
Quote, let's just say the $600 million deal that was supposed to be done 6 months ago was a way below market deal. So, yeah, the Blazers are also sort of saber rattling that they might push for an even bigger deal in order to keep the Blazers in Portland.
Let them fucking go.
Guys, I had no idea that the Blazers were terrible because they were in Portland. Did you guys know this? It's because of us, you guys. It's because of the fans. It is because of us.
You didn't believe enough. You didn't clap your hands and shake your bells enough to make the basketball team succeed.
Man, ultimately, we do want our NBA team to stay. You know, and also on top of that, like, we got one up on Seattle. Just that. We have an NBA team.
Yeah.
Damn.
Don't let that go. Well, Claudia, would you like another party to be angry with? Would that satisfy you?
Yes, please.
Would that give you pleasure? Because the county, which is an important part of this deal, they'd pledged about roughly $100 million contribution to this whole endeavor.
Oh my God.
Within the last week, they're also starting to sort of get cold feet on the deal. 2 Multnomah County commissioners introduced amendments to cut the contribution that the county wants to give to this deal by 1/3. And also, quote, require the county to receive a revenue stream sufficient to cover any debt payments tied to its contribution. That's coming from Julia Brim Edwards and Megan Moyer, Multnomah County commissioners. So yeah, they're sort of like beginning to tiptoe away from the agreement at the same time. You're welcome.
Well, why am I mad? I don't care.
I'm mad.
Because you were having so much fun being angry at the city council and being angry at the Blazers. I was just giving you another party to be annoyed with, Claudia.
All right, I don't know.
But yeah, basically the Blazers hate the deal. The city council is poking holes in the deal. The county is getting cold feet about the deal. In the meantime, all this is going to come to a head because on August 12th, again, the city council is going to finalize a term sheet leading to the official negotiations. So there's so much more to come in this amazing, delightful saga that we all love so much.
Awesome. Well, all I know is that I'm going to go see Portland Fire tonight, and I'm so excited about it.
Ow.
Well, let's take a quick break here, and when we come back, Brianna has some interesting news about Preschool for All. Got leftover paint, stain, or varnish taking up space in your basement or garage? You're not alone. Many of us finish a project and end up with half-used cans we're just not sure what to do with. Don't let them sit there collecting dust, taking up space. Recycle them with Paint Care. Whether it's cans from a recent renovation or years of storage, Paint Care helps ensure your paint is managed responsibly and kept out of landfills. Drop off your cans for free at one of more than 175 conveniently located drop-off sites across Oregon. To find a drop-off site near you, visit paintcare.org. That's paintcare.org. Brianna, before you jump into this, you have a show coming up.
Oh my gosh, Claudia, thank you for mentioning that. Yes, I do. I will be at the Tomorrow Theater on Friday, the 24th. I will be pastoring the Church of the Seven Deadly Sins. The sermon will be on lust, and I will be debuting my new character, the Sister Reverend Brianna. Yeah.
Oh, is that why we had all the fun hats that you were showing us?
Yes. I did a hat fashion show for the team. I have my paper pussy hat. I have my traditional church hat with the ostrich feather. I'm bringing fire. I will be burning the place down figuratively.
I can guarantee worth it for the hats alone. I will also say, Brianna, I went to the first installment of this series a couple months ago at the Tomorrow Theater. So Seven Deadly Sins, they're sort of going through them sin by sin. It was so much fun. It was so cool. So yeah I like totally co-sign, go see Brianna do her thing. It's going to be an awesome
This is going to be amazing. It's because it's lust. I said we are not doing this unless it's an all-femme lineup. So get into it.
Love it. All right, Brianna, what's going on with Preschool for All?
Oh my God, let's talk about Preschool for All. Okay, check it out. I am bringing some reporting from Joanna Howe over at Willamette Week. Preschool for All needs 3,000 fewer seats than we expected. What? So preliminary data from Portland State University's Population Research Center indicates that the new population estimates significantly improve the program's financial outlook. Okay, so we started with the projection of a little bit over 11,000 seats by 2030. Now we just need about 8,000 to achieve universal access. But the crux of this piece is why, right? For one, slower than expected population growth in the Portland metro area, which we've talked about. We've talked about people fleeing the metro centers, leaving because of X, Y, and Z. Then there's also this estimated 77.5% participation rate, which accounts for children already served by state and federally funded preschool programs, of which Oregon does have two: Oregon Prenatal to Kindergarten Program and Preschool Promise. But those are available to families whose income is at 200% of the federal poverty level. So it is really only a high growth scenario that's going to push that demand for Preschool for All up closer to that original estimation of 11,000 seats. So this lower seat estimate reduces project costs fiercely, even if the county delays that planned tax increase for high earners, raises the provider reimbursement rates to reflect the true cost of care. Preschool for All is still projected to bottom out at about $250 million in the fiscal year 2031, and then recover to nearly $750 million by fiscal year 2039. Okay, it's a lot of numbers, and it's very much like this is where it's at right now. So kind of good news, but then it's a little bit bad news too, because we're experiencing such a stagnation in urban growth, right? So we've got some alternative financial scenarios. Commissioner Shannon Singleton wants to explore indexing the preschool tax to inflation beginning in 2027 and asking higher income families to just straight up contribute towards preschool tuition. Just straight up. The projected result of that would be under low and baseline population growth, the fund will remain financially stable. Under high population growth, the fund could balance out at zero. It could approach zero. Well, let's bring up Megan Moyer again, because she also has a scenario. They suggest using more conservative assumptions, including a 90% participation rate instead of 77.5. Higher spending on professional development and, this is close to my heart, support for high needs students, which is something that always needs to be a part of the discussion and is never as big a part of the discussion as it needs to be, right? And then larger reserve requirements. So under those assumptions, the program would run large deficits by 2039. And those would be negative 1.5 billion with reserves equal to 1 year of operating costs, or negative 2 billion with reserves equal to 2 years of operating costs. Okay, let's put those reserves into context. The Preschool for All program currently keeps reserves equal to 15% of expected revenue. 1 year of operating costs is about 400 million. That's projected to grow to about 550 million. Now, for comparison, Multnomah County itself maintains roughly 1 month of operating costs in reserve. And I know it's so many numbers. It's just too many numbers. It's too many numbers. I understand.
Can we just pause for a sec? Can we just talk in plain speak? Because I got to be honest, I'm lost. What does this mean? Like, what does this actually mean?
What does it mean?
Can I offer like a guess? Is it basically, if we get the population growth estimate wrong, either this tax creates a huge surplus of money or goes $2 billion into debt?
That's
like
it.
That's
one or the
basically
other.
it.
Yeah.
So is that what they're trying to balance out? Okay, so what they're trying to balance out, what I'm hearing is, hey, we're trying to figure out if we're going to go very conservative and we're like 2 billion over, or we just cross our fingers and we hit it perfectly. But honestly, we just don't want to be 2 billion under because nobody wants to ask for more taxes because you know what they're going to say. You know what they're going to say.
Well,
so,
then the rest of the population is going to leave.
Yeah.
I just imagine that the state economist who tries to calculate the kicker at the state level is like sitting on his like golden chair being like, you see how hard this is?
Yeah.
I told you. I tried to tell you.
Yeah. You know, I'm thinking that this whole like, hey, the population, blah, blah, for one, that's not like specific to Portland. People just aren't having babies. That's a whole thing. That's not just us. So it's not like,
Totally.
You know, I just want to put that out there. It's not like that just Portlanders are not getting down. Like no one's getting down.
Truly.
That is all.
Yeah, nobody can afford to have kids anymore. Like you can throw preschool for all into our faces. That's not college for all. That's not daycare for all.
That's not food for all. That's not healthcare for all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess the bottom line is that population estimates, they can strengthen this financial outlook for preschool for all, right? If we reduce this projected demand, then this program that could be super crucial and super effective and could create some really awesome outcomes for Multnomah County kids, it can remain financially sustainable under the current funding model. It's the long-term stability that depends on the choices that are in our faces right now. Choices about taxes, participation rates, reimbursements, reserve requirements. That tax, it generates $175 to $200 million a year already. And that's despite delaying the tax increase. Yeah, I mean, that's just kind of where it is right now. What this says to parents is that Preschool for All is here and it is available to us. It is not a solve all. It is not going to rescue us from poverty. It is not going to fix a lot of financial situations. It is just one drop in the bucket for a struggling parent who doesn't quite slide under that federal poverty level, essentially. But also, we're jumping into this mid-conversation. This report came out Wednesday. So we're talking about this like it's fresh, it's very, very fresh. And there's still much, much more discussion to be had about it. So I imagine that we'll come back to this.
Well, I mean, this program.
Mo numbers.
Well, thank you so much, Brianna, for breaking that down.
Are you dizzy?
I'm dizzy by all the numbers,
dizzy.
But I think I'm wrapping my head around it. It seems like the county has yet another thing to figure out the next few years. But let's take a quick break here, and when we come back, we're going to hear from you, our listeners. We're jumping into our mailbag. All right. First off, I want to start off with some corrections we received. We got an anonymous text about an episode last week talking about Oregon's surprisingly competitive governor's race. In that conversation, we talked about how Governor Kotek's approval numbers were not looking so good. And I believe I mentioned something about like getting off on the wrong foot by giving her wife a high paying job. And so this text says, just wanted to make a correction. Tina Kotek's wife, Amy, did not get a high-paying job. In fact, her job, like so many other first spouses, don't pay anything at all. So that is a good correction to note that she wasn't getting paid. I will say, though, a lot of resources were diverted to her office, and I think that's what a lot of people were sore about. Also, just the fact that, like, who you?
Yeah. Bring your wife to work day.
But noted. I'm assuming that was a text from Amy, though. So sorry about that, Amy. From listener Emily C., we also got another correction here. She wrote, okay, here I go being this person. In today's episode, Claudia had the nerve to call them Canadian geese. They're Canada geese. Oh. I feel better now. And also worse. Sorry, Claudia. So,
oh my gosh, Claudia, I am so disappointed.
Shame.
In the conversation about what new animal should be allowed at PPS for service animal, I said a Canadian goose, and I guess I should have said a Canada goose. It doesn't sound good, guys. Canada geese?
Canada geese. Canadian geese. I mean, why is it so...
I don't know.
Why is that such a divisive...
I don't know, Emily. I don't know. Corrections out of the way. Here's something from Rob C. This is about our overrated, underrated Portland summer activities episode. He wrote, hey there, Rob C. from Milwaukee here. Portland's backyard, as I call it. Really enjoyed the episode today. Here are a couple of thoughts I had while walking the dog. Clackamas River is indeed better than Sandy River. Ponder this and tell me if it holds water. No pun intended. All pun intended. Never
I don't care.
Yeah, come on. Just hold that pun. The Clackamas River is for drinking beer and getting a little rowdy. Sandy is for smoking pot and having a lazy and slow ass float. Discuss. I love the Elk Rock shout out. That was, I think, from Julia, our producer. If you want to learn more about Elk Rock, help spread awareness for island conservation, and enjoy some time on the river, please join us at the Little Float on August 1st. It's like Portland's Big Float, just littler. There will be music.
Excellent explanation.
I know. There will be music, food, and vendors in Milwaukee Bay Park. Tickets and info at little-float.com. Well, thank you so much, Rob, for writing in. We appreciate your notes. And also, I believe Rob's written before. He's like our Milwaukee resident listener, and I want to hear more from Rob because we don't know enough about our backyard, it seems, and we need to learn more about that. We have another note here. Oh, this is so good. This is actually about one of your coworkers, Brianna. We had Willamette Week Rachel Saslow on to talk about Seaside. And she had a very particular guide. John, I remember you're the one who noted how ridiculously funny her guide was.
I think while I was editing it, I said, this guide is total nonsense and delightful. So go back and check out that episode.
So Kieran C., a listener, wrote in and said, let me tell you, Rachel's Guide to Seaside had me laughing out loud. Just want to express some joy and gratitude that y'all have a few more parent-oriented recommendations and perspectives on the shows these days. It's not that I don't love hearing about all the bars, patios, festivals, restaurants, etc., that I will not have the time, energy, or money to enjoy for the next several years. It's just that sometimes I really do need to know if the joy my kid will experience at the candy shop, Carousel Mall is worth the suffering I will endure as a parent. And before you suggest that we just pack up the kids and bring them along to all the fun events you usually highlight, pause. I would never say that. Please don't bring your children. Let me continue though. She goes on, let me tell you, you've never had to try to clean poop off your shirt while a line forms outside of the bathroom, and it shows. Anyway, happy to continually remind my child-free friends, including my parasocial podcast friends, that the kids who live in this city are Portlanders too. Thanks, Rachel. So thank you, Rachel. I know. Her guide, in case you're like, what are they talking about? Rachel's guide was directed straight to parents. And it was basically it was a fun to parent pain ratio of will your kid have fun? And how close are you to crying? Is it worth it?
The other idea that I had while we were editing this episode, and I probably should have asked this of Rachel before I say it publicly to the entire audience was starting a series of Rachel Saslow's Haggard Parent Guide to X. Just send her into uncomfortable parenting situations and have her tell us how bad it was.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, you guys, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for writing in. We want to hear from more of you. Hit us up at portland@citycast.fm. Anyone else we didn't get to, we will hit you up at the next mailbag. John, Brianna, I appreciate you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Just so you know, my voice is going because I was at a Pickles game last night. We sponsored a show. It was so much fun. I threw out the first pitch. I have to say, Sophie Peel was right. I did not practice. And I definitely... here's the deal. It's not like I threw it and it made it all the way. It just made it so far away and to the left, to the extreme left. So Sophie was right. I did bunk that. I should practice next time.
There's always next year.
Yeah. But the good part was that the sun was in everyone's eyes, so no one saw my terrible pitch.
There you go.
Perfect.
Because I was like, oh, I'm so sorry about that. My family was like, we couldn't see anything. The sun was in our eyes. And I was like, oh, thank the Lord.
You nailed it.
Thank you to everyone who came out last night and said hello. And thank you, Brianna and John, for hanging out with me this morning. Appreciate you both.
Yeah, always a pleasure.
See you at church.
Yes.
That's all for today here on CityCast Portland. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed the show, share it with a friend, rate it, leave us a good review. Leave us a review, guys. We love those. And don't forget, you can support the show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Portland neighbor. Just visit membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more from around the city. Until then, see you at Slums or at Brianna's show, which is
Church. Lust. Hallelujah. A woman.
The date, silly.
Oh, sorry. It's the 24th. July 24th. Friday. Yeah.
Good sell. Excellent sell. The one time we need numbers from you, girl.
I'm out of them. I used them all up.